Hello, everybody. We are now live. We are the Mad Scientists. I'm Mad Frankie. This is Violet Eigel. Yeah. And together we make the Mad Scientists. Ding! Right. We are here. Just about. And I just want to clean this, and I'll show you what I've been doing with this in a moment. I've changed the way I'm doing it. Let's get rid of that before it has an accident.
We're going to jump right in here. She's been at it and she's on a roll here. So we're going to jump right into getting to it. Hi, everyone. Hi, Olga and Trish and Evie and Darcy. Yay. And Eddie made it. Okay, Eddie's going in lurk mode. That's okay, Eddie. That's all right.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Darcy, Evie, Trish, and Eddie. And Violet.
And me. Oh, hi, Fran.
Hello. Just to show you, I made this template to show what I was doing. I tried to get the measurements down to a decent size. And the way I did it was, I've got 4 3/4 inches high, that way, right? And the dividing line for the perforation is 2 10/16. Sorry about that, but it is.
That's
and fine. The little tag is 1 3/4 inches long, roundabout. I mean, it's hard to measure with the curvy bit, but this piece here is 3 inches, 3 inches, and this is 5 inches, 5.5 inches. Sorry, 5.5 inches, and up to where the tag is. So along here is 6 inches. Okay, so that's the template I've been using to make all these. And that way you can see I get 2 of these out of 1 A4 sheet, but I get all this to play with to make the extra pieces for the sides. The little ones and the bigger ones. You see?
Yeah.
So that's kind of handy. I did also, I was getting only about 1 of these out of each of these sheet offcuts. So I sacrificed 1 A4 sheet to make a load more of these because they're that little bigger. These, in fact, are ATC size. So they're 3.5 by 2.5. So that's handy. Right. So what I've been doing, I went back and watched Lisa Heinzel again. And what she did, she put the oxide on the front and she put the distress ink on the back, but they're not the sprays. They look like it, but they're not. They're the ink pads. And what she did was she put ink onto a acrylic block. I'm just using a little gel plate, same effect. And she repeatedly put some on, dried it, put a bit more on, dried it. Oh, she sprayed it with water as well, you see, to get it to react. A little bit of more on, a little bit more until she got this lovely effect. So that's now brushed corduroy. And you can see when I did it, I just put the colour all over it.
Yeah, directly
with the ink pad, or with a dauber.
Yeah.
Right. And the same with the distress oxide on the back. And I did not get anything like so exciting a look. I thought, well, so what I'm doing is I'm replacing it with this one, because I think it's more exciting. And although that's what I would do, this is a nicer result. So I want to get into using that more, and that'll be a reminder to me to do this. Right. So we've got these pads on the outside. You can see that that's the one I did with the distress ink and water. It does react, but that's much more exciting. So I think I might keep both, actually, because that will show just putting it on direct. And this shows putting it onto a gel plate and lifting some of the colour up every so often. It takes longer because you're doing about 5 or 6 goes, dry, or at least 3, maybe 5. So it takes a little bit longer, but I've now got 2 like that. And then I'm going to go on and do the insides the way she did them as well. So I've got my brushed corduroy words. I can do it with that one, but with this one, because the villainous oxide one I tried to do it by putting the colour on there,
Yeah.
and then couldn't see the words, so I did that in white. So I'm going to do that one again and do the same thing as I did with this one to see if we get a different effect, right? You notice I've got some rather nice little
Paper clips.
rather huge, but they're lovely colour. They go so well with that.
Those are actually twisty bendy wires.
Yeah, with plastic on top. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Uda wants to know: are you making notes too for in there?
Me? Yes. Well that's why I put Distress Oxide Reinker, Distress Paint, Distress Reinker. But I've got to go back and watch a bit more of Louisa Heinzel's video because she's done so much with hers, and she's got more than me. And she did, as I said before, she did stamping on the front with, and she had a circle, cut out lots of big circles. Well, luckily I've got a big circle punch, so I can do that.
Yeah.
But she stamped first on this surface, then she stamped on the circle, then she lined the two up with the same stamp, by the way. Then she lined the two up. Now she used a butterfly. Yeah, butterflies are okay. I quite like butterflies, but I think I'll try and find something a bit more me to do it with. So I'll have a hunt through all my stamps and see what I've got that might be more me.
Hi, Ricky.
You know, punky sort of thing. So, yep. That's what I'll do.
Be sure to stop over at Eddie's table. He's giving out hugs.
Oh, right. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'll put this down for now because we can see that I've got that all sorted for those. And I've got myself a nice-ish box. I did look in the works today to see if they had any nice wooden boxes. They didn't.
Oh, so what I was going to say. You have a gel plate down there, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you just tell me that she used like an acrylic, a piece of acrylic?
Yeah. So she used that.
That, okay.
Not,
yeah, because
I mean, I've got my acrylic. Yeah. So if you've got an acrylic block for stamping with, use that.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. That's what I'm going to do.
It's only a method. I mean, you could put it on, if you've got one of those silicone craft sheets, you could put it on there and pick it up. It's just somewhere to pick it up from.
Yeah.
So the Ranger matte, that brownie Ranger matte thing, that's a water and ink resistant thing. Or you can put it on a Ranger glass mat if you've got one of those. Same thing. They've got an air.
She waved her hand and probably hit the cord and went, bloop.
You haven't.
There you are.
You could get, you could stretch a sheet of clear plastic, like I do. These are the clear plastic recycling bags we have here. And you could stretch that over a piece of cardboard and use that. It only needs to be a little piece like that. It doesn't need to be huge.
I missed a part. Let me ask you this. I missed a part because you also spritzed it with water, right?
I did.
Did you do that when you used your gel plate?
Yes, I'll show you in a minute.
Okay,
right now.
All right. Okay, we'll get to that. Hi,
so
Barbara.
Let's have a go. I'm dying to have a go with Uncharted Mariner.
Yeah,
because I saw what you did with it, and it was wonderful. I'm just going to give my hands a little rinse and a wipe because I've now got fresh corduroy all over my fingers. So I'll just give my hand a little wipe. Yeah, brush corduroy everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, we appreciate all the thumbs up. We appreciate everybody to come and watch, and even if you lurk, that's okay. That's okay. If you can get a thumbs up, we appreciate.
Hi, Barbara. Hi, Yuta. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Angel.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know who anybody else pop in. I didn't notice.
Hello.
No, I think we've got everybody else.
I think you covered it. I think we covered it. I want to see this Uncharted Mariner stuff.
Okay, so Uncharted Mariner is over here. Uncharted Mariner. Uncharted Mariner.
I just got a notification. My sprays should be here anytime between today and next Thursday.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me again after the stream so that I can write it down what colors you've got, because I tried looking on the US Amazon to find out what the one. I couldn't figure it out. So, right, we'll start with the Distress Oxide because I've reverted to doing it the way Louise Heinzel's done it, and I'm putting the oxide on the outside. But the first thing you do is you get your Distress ink.
Oh, wait, let's fix the camera. Something's not quite right on the camera.
Isn't it?
Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, you cut off the bottom corner, and I want to see it all. Darn camera. There you go.
So she did it with a Distress Oxide. I'm going to do it with Distress ink, just because I think that's what I did with the other one. I think I did ink. So I'm going to get my Twinkly Winkly Woo. Get a fresh dome.
So you put it on with that first.
So we ignore that for a minute.
Right.
Then we get this.
Yes,
and what we do is we go around the edges. Or like when you're making a card and it's a grungy card and you've got to go around the edges. Well, we're doing that with each colour.
Okay.
Right. Well, I am. I can't remember because I didn't watch again the whole of Louise Heinzel's. It's nearly 2 hours. That at least an hour, and she goes on and explains everything in so much detail that you've got to have a lot of time to watch it. Like you do to watch mine, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to just watch it, you want to learn. So you have to pause it and process what you heard.
Exactly. Well, that's what I did. I paused it when I got to the bit. Oh, that's what she did, and started doing it, you see. So, and then it got round to time for this to start.
With Patricia's, it's not that I never get to finish them all because I've got to pause it and process what I've heard and seen and go off and try it. And then I oftentimes forget to come back and finish watching it again. Hi, Colleen. Welcome.
So I'm going all around the edges, just like you would if you were distressing the edge of a card.
Oh, is that pretty? See, sky blue is my favorite color. So blues are a favorite for me. That is pretty. Hi, Lynn. You missed it.
Huh? Oh, hi, Lynn.
Oh, you're not done yet. Never mind. Hi, Paula.
Paula.
There's our Paula.
Just starting. I'm doing Uncharted Mariner in the way that Louise Heinzel did, because I went back and watched her video and went, oh, that's what she did. And actually, her results were so nice. I thought, even though the way I did the first one is more or less the way I would use my distress stuff, I thought actually her way of doing it is actually a better way. And you'll see what I mean when I show you, because I'll show you the brush picture again so you can see the difference between the one I did and the one I've just done in her way. And it is lovely.
Not that it's a better way, but that it gets better results in your opinion. Yeah.
It gets more interesting results that I would not have immediately thought of. So that's what you get, right? So you get that nice bit there. And then, before I do anything else, so I know what the heck I'm doing, well, I'll get rid of those two because we've done those now, and I'll come back and use those in a bit. I'll do the other bit. So, what I want? Oh, yes. I want the piece of thingamy, which is in here, that I have ready. So I want one just the size for there. So I'll get me skeezers, and I cut one for there, which is going to be that big.
What did you call them?
Skizzers.
That's what I call them.
Or skizers. A pair of skizers, yes.
So it's working. This is a continuation of the last couple streams, Lynn. She's making little file folder swatches to hold swatches of each of the colors that she's working on, of distress sprays and distress oxide sprays, and also
it's to show me what I've got in the range. So in some ranges I've only got the distress ink, and other ranges I've got the distress ink, the spray stain, and the oxide spray. In others I've got the oxide spray, the oxide pad, and perhaps something weird like the Distress Oxide Reinker. And these are used by Louise Heinzel in a slightly different way, not in the way just to re-ink the pad. She uses them as an actual thing that you use. And in some, I've even got Distress embossing glaze, which I'm not going to work on today because I prefer to make sure that the cards are so dry, completely dry, at least a day's drying, as well as any drying you do with the heat gun, so that there's much less chance that you're going to get anything sticking to the card where you don't want it.
So we won't use the embossing stuff today.
Not today.
So does that help? They're basically, in short, swatch cards of the different colors that she has in those applications.
There we are, Uncharted Mariner. So what I'm going to do there is I'm not going to switch it on there because, as you can see, it's quite a dark color. So I'm not going to do that. Right? Okay. I tried. Louise Heinzel said that you could download the Distress color palette labels from Ranger's homepage. Well, I tried that. I could not find them. As far as I was concerned, they weren't there. So unless they're somewhere odd, and that's not sticking very well because you can see that this is not quite dry. So what I've got to do with that is add a bit of glue. Where's my glue? Where's my glue?
Over there.
Here. I was hoping for the little one. Oh, no, I mustn't use the little one because I refilled it with fresh stuff. And boy, is it liquid. I need to put back a little pointy lid on that. You know, the kind you close with a pin. That pointiness.
Yeah, the needle point. The needle tip.
When I say all that, I would like glitter glue, but this will work.
Right.
There we go. Right. So what she did was she got the oxide, not the sprays, but the oxide ink pad. And what she did was this. Only she used an acrylic block, but I happen to have a gel plate on this size acrylic block, and why not? It gives the same result. It would do if you did it on a Ranger matte or on the
piece of glass.
Tonic glass matte for Ranger, or on a silicon matte that you use for something else, or any one of those oven mats. But the oven mats, some of them have lines on them. You know, they look like they're made out of hessian or something. I would suggest that you find a nice smooth one if you can, or even put it on a piece of cardboard that you've covered with, say,
saran
one
wrap.
of the saran wrap, or with one of the plastic bags. You just tape it down underneath so it's nice and stretched and taut, and there you go. We've got a smooth surface. God, I've got stuff all over my hands again. Stop me from picking that up.
Let me ask you this: what you were looking for on the Ranger site? What you were looking for that you couldn't find? What was that?
That was the Distress color palette labels. That's what Louise Heinzel called them. And that's what was printed on her sheets that she showed.
Right. So Paula said she found them and she will message them to you if you want.
Oh, brilliant, because I couldn't find them at all. I spent about half an hour looking. So we've got the Distress Oxide on here, which is going to go on here, right, on this piece. Ooh. So we now heat this to set it. And isn't that a lovely rich color?
Oh, I love that blue. I actually made a note to get it. I put hearts by it so that I could. It'll be one I won't get in a set, I'm sure. But that's okay. I love this color. Look at that blue. Look at the paper. That's art right there, isn't it?
Sorry?
The paper splotches underneath. The splotches on the, yeah. You're a little behind, Paula. The splotches on your paper underneath your gel plate.
Well, there are some there, yeah. But...
yeah, that's art right there.
Yeah, it's the other side of that nice sheet that I was saving. So I just turned it over so I could use the other side. So I'm going to put that the other side of it in some journal or other. So I definitely want that side as well. So that bit's a little bit damp still, so I'll get that up. And now we'll put a bit more on. So it's a couple of goes you do this. Yeah, so there's another one.
Spritz a little more water on, you said?
Well, no, I just used what was there. There's quite a few drops on there, so I was quite happy to use those.
Yeah.
You could put some more water on there. Don't forget this is a water reactive substance. So
she always does great sound. Eddie loves your sound effects. She always does great sound effects.
Well, you can hear the fan beautifully, can't you? And the heat gun.
Yes, Lynn, I see it. I see exactly what you're saying. She said the picture on your paper down there looks like a child with a ponytail winking at you.
It does a bit, doesn't it? That's the winky eye. Yeah.
Yep, that's a nice description, Lynn. Thank you. I see it now. Eddie's just popping. He's just popping here and there.
I like that. I think that's about as much as I want with that. She also mentioned a few more of the colours that had nice effects, like the frayed burlap. Frayed burlap? Was it frayed burlap? No, it was like the other one, not frayed burlap, brushed corduroy. So frayed burlap is the one that has a nice effect. So does bundled sage, and another one she mentioned, antique linen. She said all of those have when you do this with them, have a really good effect. So we've done the oxide, right? Done the oxide. Put that over there with that one.
Eddie Poppins.
We'll do the distressing. First, we've got to get rid of this because we don't want to confuse the two.
Be aware if you head over to Eddie Makes Art YouTube channel, he's giving out hugs. So if you slide over, yeah, he'll give you a hug. He'll send you a hug. Virtual hugs. Free from Eddie. He knows how to spread the kindness.
Has he got his own naughty chair over there? That's what I want to know.
Well, yes, but I think he calls it a throne.
Oh, does he?
I don't know. It's his house.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, I love that.
One of these days, the little loop on this is going to break. Now I'm going to be so sad because I'm using it to hang it on a hook down there.
Fran and I want to give a shout out today. Yeah, you're thrown. Fran and I want to give a shout out today. We heard that Sharon took a tumble. Text your junkies wherever you are, woman. If you're going to go hiking, watch your steps, stay out of the mud, and take care of those ribs. Get well soon.
Yep. Now I'm just going to lift that because I think that's going to take a while. Actually, it's quite well dried anyway.
I like
and then I'm going to
card this time.
Bring a little bit more on and grab a bit more.
I like the way you did the card this time with the edging all around and then come back to it.
Yeah. I don't know if she did the edging all the way around because I got to a point when she went off on a different tack explaining something. And she stopped showing what she was doing. She'd only got as far as doing the colours, so she would then show the next stage,
Yeah.
and then show you all of the colours she'd done completed, which I think is a good idea. But oh, isn't this nice to see how different you get? I must have a little bit more on
It would be,
there.
yeah, I would answer you if you held it up so I could see it.
Yeah, I know. I just want to get some more bits on it. There we go.
Over here. There you go. Now you're getting closer. Oh yeah, I love that. I love that color. What did Paula write? She wrote all the frayed burlap, brushed corduroy, antique linen, and bundled sage. Yes.
Well, she did only seem to have about 12, maybe 6 or 12. No, it's more like 12, I think, that cards that she did. And I've got a whole lot more than that of definitely the distress spray stains, and probably quite a lot of the. I haven't got all of everything. There's some of the distress inks I haven't got, because I mean, when you're on a budget, you look at the different colours and you think, do I want wild honey, or do I want the other orangey looking one? You don't get both of them, you know. So I may only have some of them, like quite a lot of the pale browns. So I don't think I had all of the old paper. So I had to get a couple more old papers when I discovered that that was quite good. So I think that's that for that one. So that's Uncharted Mariner. Lovely. I will now find a thingy for that, because this is what I bought at actually just in Sainsbury's. You didn't need to go very far for those. Because I'd like some different shapes, but this is what I got. So luckily, we've even got one that's a lovely colour, very close to that. So I'll get one of those there, which I cut ready, and one of these little ones.
You know, you're using the inky stuff on the gel plate, so I'm wondering, is there a more particular way to clean that off, or do you just do it as you normally would?
Well, depends on what you want to do. If I was doing this myself without having to stop, without having to do anything quick enough to go through alive, what I would do is this.
Wipe it down with the baby wipe? Oh, I see. Ooh.
That way I get some more interesting things on there, and that cleans it off quite well. But to finish
Yeah.
cleaning it off, I'd go over it with water, because there's bound to be some more on there. And
So
then
it's not like if you used acrylics, you would use tape to pull it off.
I don't need to. You can wet it with water and just get it off.
Paula said lumberjack plaid came today.
Oh, yeah.
Jack,
That's a very good red. I've already got candied apple, so I'm not sure I'm going to get that one. I don't know that I've got everything in of candied apple, so think about it.
I did
It's only
see,
they
I
started
saw
selling them all in.
candied apple in a set, but I wasn't sure I wanted anything that bright red.
So what I'm doing is I'm making sure I'm spacing my thingies, what do you call them? Paper clips a bit far apart, so they're not taking up so much bulk when I put this in here. Right? So if I do another one of these in the same way, the Villainous Potion, we'll see what difference that makes. Because I want to. Now, let's get it. We'll have to get another colour, another dome out for that colour. That's quite strong.
See, there's fired brick.
Yep.
Do you have that one?
I have a fired brick pad. I think it's only the distress ink I've got in that, and I've definitely got it in at least the spray stain, possibly the oxide stain as well. I'm not sure, but that's about it in that one. I really don't have that huge range of things. It's only a couple of things I've got that big range in. I think one is cracked pistachio, and another one is rustic wilderness. But I can't find the boxes they came in because they came as a set in a box. And I've put it somewhere, the two of them, and I can't find them. But I got almost a complete set in the Uncharted Mariner and the almost complete set in Villainous Potion. Well, I think what it did was I didn't buy it as a set, but I bought all the things that went in the set, except for, I'm not sure everything I didn't get, but I know I didn't get the badge because getting them with separately without the badge was cheaper than getting the whole set with a free badge. Because I think the badge is not a lot of good. It's not. It's just a badge, for goodness sake. I thought it was a little thing you opened. There was some special powder or something underneath. Turns out, no. Okay. What it is a badge to wear when you go somewhere.
Oh.
Frankly, I don't think I would wear one, so it's not really me, that. Okay, so let's get another one of these out, and we'll try it with this one.
Hi, Julie.
So
what is this? Something mahogany?
Aged mahogany. I've got that one. Yes, we can do one of those.
Oh, I like that one.
This is the aged mahogany. I've got the oxide spray, and somewhere I should have the ink, but I think it's probably fallen off on the floor somewhere, and I've lost it. It keeps falling off. Everything. I want to try bundled sage.
Okay, I'm looking at that's what I'm looking for, to see if any of these sets have the sage.
Bundled sage, yeah.
That one's the one I purchased. Bundled sage. Let's see. That's the one I purchased.
You can see there's some other colors in that one, so we'll give that one a try as well. Now, villainous thingy.
Okay, so the next one I get may be the Fun Boulder collection, because it's got fired brick, faded jeans, brushed corduroy, spiced marmalade, iced spruce, and peeled paint.
I've got peeled paint, some of it anyway. Now then. Oh, there's my villainous potion over there. Hang on a sec.
Okay.
It's only on blank, so I'm not going anywhere. 1, 2. 1, 2. Pick up my little things. I could have used these, you see. These things. But even though they're tiny, they're that little bit too bulky widthways. I mean, they're lovely, but if you're going to put a load into a box, that's going to take up room. Which is why I wanted the flat paper clip. But I would have preferred to have some shapes. You know, like a dog. An Edison bulb. That would be nice. I'd love to use an Edison bulb one.
Twisty bendy wires, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Julie, we've missed you too. Don't know where you've been, girl, but we're glad you're here today. Evie says,
I have one
and faded jeans are two of her favorites.
There's the villainous one I used before. I may as well go with that. Villainous potion.
And now I can't remember. Which ones I purchased.
This is the back, right? And that's the front.
Okay, that makes sense. I purchased the one that has sponge sugar, old paper, crushed.
I think old paper from the good one.
Yeah. Dusty Concord. Evergreen bough. I said bow. You said bough.
Yeah, it means, you know, the bough of the tree.
Yeah, I know what it means.
Well, otherwise, if it was bow, then wouldn't it mean Christmas bow, probably?
Well, it's Bough. How's that?
Yeah. Well, I thought it meant evergreen bough of a tree.
I thought I was through talking about bows and bows.
Sorry,
OGH.
I'll
It's
shut up now.
whatever you want to do with an OUGH. Like I said, this is where we had the conversation where some words have been Americanized and it's just wrong.
Oh, it's really the correct American pronunciation. Oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry.
Pumice stone.
Yeah,
That's one I
got
thought
a
you said you
couple of
had.
those. Yeah, I've got a couple of bits of pumice stone.
Yep.
Did
It
I
did.
have a pumice stone in that? I don't know. No, that's hickory smoke. No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I like you doing this part. I like that. That changes the whole look of the card, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives an edge,
Well,
which I like.
yeah.
Defines it a bit. I mean, one is used to doing it with um, vintage photo or something like that in order to create a grunge look, but I don't see why we couldn't do it with other colours, and I quite often do. So that's what I do, so I do it. So the last thing is to go like this.
This is one of
So
my.
you get a nice smooth bit there. So that there's a nice smooth bit there. Right? Lovely. Lovely jubbly. And the first one we're going to do on the other side is that one. So we're going to get this, and we're going to go.
Yes, we missed your typos, Julie.
Hiya, Julie. Hiya, Diane. Hi, Evie. Didn't I say hi to Evie before? I think I
You
did.
did.
Yeah.
Rusty hinge. Yes, that's a nice color. I got to write that one
Yes,
down.
I like rusty hinge. I use that quite a bit because it's a lovely rusty sort of orange. That's why I use it. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
Mummy went pots with that. Is that a one? I'm using here a number 01 micron because it's the only way I can get my words small enough to fit on this tiny label. So we're doing another Vil Lane Os
Oh, a big word. Long word. Villainous potion.
Potion. Villainous Potion. There we go. And I can't use that because last time I did that, I could not read it. So darker colours I'm not doing that with. That's really why I wanted the printed thingy, because they put the colour on there, and if it was dark, they used white lettering, which I think is a very good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, and again, it's not sticking, so we'll get the glue just to make sure. Otherwise, it will pop off, and I'll go, wonder what colour that's supposed to be.
Is it Twisted Citron? Is that the name of it?
Yes, it is. Yes, I
Yeah.
like Twisted. One of my favourites. That one.
And Evie
Are you,
said Rusty Hinge is almost copper.
is this? I hadn't noticed that. I don't think it's that coppery, but if you like. I thought it was more sort of orangey,
Yeah.
browny orange, but not. Well, but if you think that, that's fine.
Different coppers or copper shines
There
different.
are different types of copper, exactly. Yes. I mean, there's one that you could look at rose gold and go, that's not rose gold, that's copper. And then you can look at metallic brown and think, surely that's copper. And then you paint it on something, you go, no, it isn't. So, distress oxide, villainous potion. Let's see what we get with this time. Doing it this way. There we go, 2 little smudgies. And the water, the important part. Here we go. Right, first go.
Lovely. That's what Fran's tried to do, Diane. She's any colors that she's gotten, she's tried to get the whole set, including the embossing powder. She doesn't have them all yet, but
Well, I'm not trying. No, that's not strictly true. I'm not trying to get all of the bits, but of some of them, one or two, I have all the bits, but not many. I mean, I never saw the point of getting the acrylic paint, but I got the set for the Uncharted Mariner, and I got the acrylic paint with it. So I've got to learn what to do with that because I don't really know. There's also something else you can get, which is I wonder if I've got one around here. There was one of them. Here we are. I'm not sure if they haven't discontinued these now. Distress Stain, and it comes with a dauber on the top.
oh,
I haven't used it yet, and I've opened it, but I haven't used it yet. So we'll see
so
what that does.
it's
We'll
not a
have to have a
spray.
little card for that. No,
Oh,
it's not a spray. No, Distress
okay.
Stain. So I don't think they're still making the stains. At least I found them very difficult to come across. Although I did manage to get it in bundled sage. So yeah, that was a recent purchase. So they're around in some places. It's probably like a lot of the Tattered Angels in this country. It's flipping hard to find it.
Right?
Yeah,
I went looking for it too.
try a bit more.
Well, I don't see anything on Amazon that
Yeah,
shows the stain with the dauber. So it's probably discontinued.
probably. They're probably doing the paint instead or something like that. Now, isn't that more exciting than the way I did it? I mean, it's nice to have the different effect, and I will keep this in there anyway, but I like to have it like this as well.
And the one thing is when I was looking at purchasing, I deliberately uh went past the mica sprays. I decided I really wasn't ready for mica sprays yet.
Oh, gorgeous, there's the mica spray, but they're not called the same thing. So if you've got one that's in this colour, it won't be called Villainous Potion. I think they call it Halloween something. I can't remember. It's in a box now. I can't get it out. So, but there is one that sort of colour.
Okay.
Hocus Pocus, they call it. It's like that, but it's a bit. It's got a little bit more reddishness in it because of the sparkle, I guess.
Well, I was looking
The
at the
mica.
sprays.
Yeah, spray stain. No,
Yeah,
not spray stain. Mica stain
mica
sprays.
mica
Mica
spray. Yeah,
stain. Mica sprays. Yeah, they call them so many different things.
I
This
know.
whole range. It's hard to keep up with what each particular one's called sometimes.
Well, when I
Oh, I
ordered,
did.
I thought I'd just stick for now with the spray stains and see how comfortable I am with that. So it really doesn't leave much behind. You do a good job of getting all that off.
Try to. Don't want it to sort of interfere with the next colour, you see.
I do like
So,
it. I do like it. It's more interesting what you've done here than what you did the other day.
did I put the distress ink down or did I put the oxide?
It was supposed to be the oxide.
Did I do the oxide? Can anybody remember whether I opened the ink or the oxide?
I can very easily go back and look.
Yes, please. I don't want to make a mistake because that's exactly the sort of. I don't want two lots of the same one, do I? Typical. Typical. With the other one, where did I do it? I put the oxide on the front bit. It should be that one.
You use the oxide.
Thank God for that.
Yep, it's the oxide.
Good. So now I can use this one. That just means I'd already moved it round ready.
Oh, Mariah. Yeah, Julie's right. If it looks chalky when it's dry, it's the oxide.
Yeah.
But it's not really giving that effect this time as much as the other ones. Oh, now we have a comparison, so we'll see.
Yeah. I better label these, I think. Because with my memory, leave it a little while and I'll have forgotten.
Yeah.
I can do that. So that's all right. Let's do that now. So on this one, I did the ink here. So that's the pads.
I did see it, Colleen, that they discontinued and replaced it with just the spray stain. I did see that. Thank you, Colleen. Catching the messages that I might miss.
So that's my pad.
Y'all are so kind to leave all those nice thumbsy upsies.
Yeah, a little bit more though. I want to put a bit more on.
I like that way. I like the way you're doing it this time. You're right. It is much more
It is.
interesting.
It is, isn't it? It's more interesting. It's because it leaves some of the white background.
Yeah.
And every time you put more wet on, you change what's happening to the layer underneath.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think it's more interesting. I mean, that is interesting of itself. So that's why I'm not going to throw that away. But I think this is more so.
Well,
I want to do the.
you could still like cut a square off of it and include it,
Oh,
and
that's true. Yeah, you could, couldn't you?
not throw it away, but keep a
Yeah.
bit to include it in the file. So
I think if you can now see side by side that this is slightly more chalky than
yeah,
that. You can now see that. You couldn't see it before.
but not by much. Seriously.
Not by much. No. That is quite on a par. It's just a little bit with more water. It gets more chalky.
More matte look.
Yeah. So we need some more of those thingies. What do I do with them?
The twisty bendy wires.
That stuff. Otherwise known as paper clips. Sold as paper clips even. What did I do with them? Come on. Oh, well, I'll have to do that later.
I thought they were underneath your white cards right there, but I could be wrong.
No, they're not. There's not. I put them in the box.
Oh.
The box has got to be somewhere. Oh, well, never mind. I'll find it later.
Evie says she would do another layer of the oxide. And the thing is she's doing these mostly for swatches, Evie, so a single layer may be enough for her to know what she's got. It's not as much she's doing it for the artist, she's doing it to do swatches for her inventory.
Yeah, she's right, though. You still want to do it the way you would want to see it because it's for you. So, I mean, yeah, put some more layers on. I have found, however, that the more layers you put on, that I put on, because you know I'm heavy-handed, so the more layers I put on, the less interest there is because it builds up to a more overall colour. I like to leave some of the white. So that's just me.
Okay, I have a message for you that Ricky posted. On Fran's recommendation, I purchased Island, Diary of a Year on Easdale.
Yeah.
And read 1 month each day with my morning coffee, a wonderfully soothing book.
It is, isn't it? I was sitting reading some of it at night and it was really nice and peaceful. It was just great.
I don't know where you mentioned that, but I'm writing it down.
Yeah, it was in one of the One of the lives we did.
One of Maker's or one of ours?
Ours lives. I recommended it because I've got it down here.
I'll be
Oh
darned.
no, that's sketchbooks. I beg your pardon. No, not there. Okay, so which one you want me to do now? Should I do
The brush sage
mahogany, bundled sage?
or the bundled sage?
Okay, we'll do that one. Then we'll do aged mahogany because I'm dying to see what aged mahogany
Oh,
did. She
okay.
didn't have aged mahogany, and I'm also dying to see what bundled sage does as well. So we'll do both.
Okay.
Got time, haven't we? Yes, got plenty of time. Would like to go and get a drink though, but not this second. We'll do this first. So we do the distress ink around the edges. So we've got a new thingy.
She said she also bought The Art of the Fold by Hetty Kyle. You know what? I love my book. It's worth every penny, Ricky. I have that one, and I love it.
There's not a lot of colour on there, but we'll see what happens. I may need to. No, it's fine. I was going to say I may need to re-ink, but I don't think I will.
She says, Fran is costing me money. Yes, she does. She doesn't.
I don't mean to. Honestly, I'm not urging you to buy them. But if you want to buy a book, I would say that was a nice one. But if you don't want to buy a book, don't buy it.
She doesn't enable. She inspires.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me for the state of your wallet. What do you think mine looks like? It's horrible.
That's what I said. But I jumped in and got those. I ordered that set. It's like, I'm getting it. He's like, whatever you want, honey. I'm like, don't tell me that because I'll go get another set.
Yeah. Oh, Ian's getting me a nice prezi for our anniversary in October.
Yeah.
I spent about a day looking, and he spent an hour or two looking as well. And after I'd spent a day looking, he went back the next day without telling me, found something nice, and asked, did I like it? I said, ooh, yeah, how big is it? Because half the time, if you're looking at jewelry, they show you a picture that looks like this. And when you see it around somebody's neck, it's like this. Yeah. So this looked really nice. I'll show you when it comes.
So are you saying that you're getting some new jewelry for your anniversary?
I think it's just a jewel. I don't think it's lots.
Well, jewelry.
Jewelry, yes.
Oh, I picked mine up secondhand, Evie. I don't. Yeah. In fact, right now, hold the phone. Right now, I'm getting my dining room table set up for when the sprays show up and I can play. So I've got my paper, I've got my gel plate, I've got stencils and stuff getting ready, and I brought out my book. I'm going to show Patterns in Nature. If you remember that one, Evie? See the patterns? So I brought out my book to give me some inspiration for doing the where's a good one? Like that one or that one. For when I get the sprays and I start playing. I've got this big book set in there waiting like, okay, where are the sprays? I'm ready for the sprays. Russ is laughing at me. I'm just watching Fran and Eddie and P and any old streams I can watch, getting excited for my sprays to show up.
I'm giving away a mistake now.
You are.
Not quite. Anyway, yeah. See, I folded it wrong to start with. Now you can see the wrong fold line on there.
Well, that just gives it a little interest too.
Yeah.
Julie and her husband are going away to Wollongong for 2 nights up for their anniversary.
Lovely. There we go. So that's that one, which we use later. First we use this one on the front.
Oh, I like that one.
It's a nice colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, one of the bundles you talked about mentioned it, so you should be getting it, shouldn't you? Isn't
Yeah.
that one of the ones you're getting?
Is that in
There you
the
go.
bundle?
I think you mentioned it. Whether it was a bundle you hadn't got or one you had got, I can't remember now.
Well, if it isn't, I'm going to.
Wait until we do. Wait until we do frayed burlap, because that's another nice one.
Oh no, the one I ordered has evergreen bough and olive as the greens.
Crushed olive, yeah. Crushed olive she quite liked as well, actually. I don't think I've got crushed olive. It wasn't one that appealed to me.
And then
maybe I was wrong.
This one has the forest moss and aged mahogany and antique linen. I really would like to get those.
I have got something in forest moss. I know I have.
Yep. Okay. The one for bundled sage has pine needles, stormy sky, walnut stain, scattered straw, and festive berries, along with bundled sage. They really, the bundled sage is the only one that appeals to me.
Straw is one that I've got. What was, say them again? What was the other ones?
Stormy sky, pine needle, festive berries, and walnut stain.
Walnut stain is a very good one to get because it's a very good grunge one for doing grungy things. So that's always a good one.
Quite some time ago, Sharon sent me some walnut stain powder, and I still have some left. So I mean, it comes out really nice. Okay. There's everybody says Rusty Hedge, and here it shows right up.
Rusty Hedge?
Rusty Hinge.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was going to say they got a new one, a Rusty Hedge. That would be good, wouldn't it? Maybe it's meant to be a sort of Cinderella one if it's Rusty Hedge. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? It'd have red bits in its depths. So maybe you should do that to Ranger. Ranger, Tim Holtz, get out Rusty Hedge.
What about salvaged patina?
Yep, I like salvaged patina.
You have that one?
I have some things in it. Oh my God.
In fact, Evie says that she thinks the crushed olive is the color that Timmy created just for Lise Hunzo. Okay, Paula.
All right. I think I'm stopping now because I'm quite happy with all that variety we've got there. And that's the oxide. Let's label it.
I like that bundled sage. I'm writing that one down too. Well, I already put it in my wish list, so that's GE. That's good enough. That Rusty Hinge. So the oxide looks more orangey than the stain in the bottle.
Lighter, more powdery. The stain is a much stronger color, I think.
Okay. And then brush corduroy is in there.
I love brush corduroy. I didn't realize how good it was until I saw Louise Hansel playing with it. And then I went, ooh, got to get some of that.
What about gathered twigs?
I've got some gathered twigs, yeah. Not here, because I only got a few out. Unless that's one.
Mermaid Lagoon. I thought I heard you say you had Mermaid Lagoon.
Yeah, I got Mermaid Lagoon somewhere.
44 options. Oh, that's just mean. Come
They
on.
have a lot. They have a lot. So let's do the Distress ink now. See what that looks like. With water.
There it is. The villainous potion. There's one left in stock of the spray stain.
If you're into purples, it's a lovely colour.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I've got wilted violet. I've got um, the other lilac, faded lilac, whatever it's called, and now villainous potion as well. Keep getting these things just because half the time it's a lovely name. It's like if you've got 3 different shades of purple, why do you need 3 different shades? Especially if you've got sort of a strongish one, a mediumish one, and a lightish one. Well,
Right?
yeah. But if you call one spilled lavender or something, is it spilled or preserved no, I don't know. Something lavender. Pressed lavender? Probably pressed lavender.
I'd have to go back and look. Speckled egg, shaded lilac, shabby shutters, tumbled glass, prize ribbon. Milled lavender.
Milled lavender. Yeah, milled, of course it is. Yes.
Yes, Trish, that's me in that giant chair.
And then there's Dusty Concord and
Yes,
Seedless
that one.
Reserve are also purples. So I've got quite a lot of purples. And half the time it's because it's Dusty Concord. Ooh, must get that one. I'm now shaking my head sadly at myself, because it's just
You're
silliness.
hopeless.
Yep, that's me.
What about ripe persimmons?
Yep, I think I've got that as well. Something.
Hi, Dana. Welcome. Yeah, I'm loving this sage. This is really my color.
It is lovely, isn't it? I like it better than the olive, but the olive does have some interesting features to it. I mean, when it was dry, I remember Lisa Heinzel saying, "Look, there's some lovely lemon colour here," and I'm peering hard trying to see it, but yeah, there it was there.
So I have a giant sage bush outside. I have a small rosemary plant on my windowsill, and I have a giant pesto basil plant outside. Do they have a rosemary color?
They don't. I don't remember there being a rosemary.
Forest moss, lucky clover, cracked pistachio.
Yeah, lucky clover and cracked pistachio. Louise Heinzel compared those two because for a long time we didn't have lucky clover. That's a recent one. We had cracked pistachio, which was a lovely colour, but a little on the faint side, a little bit light. And when lucky clover came out, it was like the darker version of cracked pistachio with more depth to it. It's lovely, lovely. Loved it. So there we are. We've got that. Now we do a little thingy just to make sure we know what colour we're talking about all the time. We're waffling.
Her favorite greens are peeled paint and the olive.
Yeah, mode one, quite a nice one too. I quite like that.
I saw that. It's like, where does he get? I mean, I don't know who's doing his marketing, but very nice names.
I think they must have competitions at Ranger to decide the name of the new colour.
Very appealing.
Let's just check I'm doing the right one. It's bundled sage, yes.
Wild honey. Julie says wild honey. Where's
the wild honey's?
I don't see a wild honey. Candied apple. Oh, that's a red. Wow. Carved pumpkin.
I love you, baby.
Put some colour on that one because it's light enough to do that.
I'll have to come back and look, or I'm going to go down a rabbit hole here.
Yeah, you're going to spend ages and you'll end up spending lots of money. And Russ will say, help yourself.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. It bothers me. I'm used to like being reined in, but even after 18 years, I'm still not used to him saying whatever you want. I do like that bundled sage, though.
Don't complain about it, for goodness sakes.
What?
He might stop. I said, don't complain about him. He might stop.
Oh, no. I don't complain. In fact, just yesterday we were in the car. So when we're in the car, I have his full attention. And first of all, I told him that he needs to drive better. And the second of all, I told him that I appreciate that I'm still not used to someone treating me so nice after 18 years together. I don't take it for granted. Trust me. I let him know he's a good boy. He needs to control his driving, but he's a good boy.
Yeah, after between us, Ian and I chose what I was getting for anniversary present. He came and he said, I do like buying you nice jewels.
Oh,
wasn't that sweet?
It is.
There we go.
And I
So
love when you go out to eat, you send me pictures and they're of Ian, and he's always got a big smile on his face after a few drinks.
Oh, I forgot to take any pictures when we're having lunch out at Frankie and Benny's. Sorry.
I love
But that's nice, isn't it? Isn't that looking good? I think that looks really nice. And I know what it is because I've written on it. So that's that one. So we'll pop that in the box and we'll get another one out and we'll do the
one set, including reinkers. Wow, Paula. She said it's like 50 euro per set or whatever.
Wow.
And Eddie says, okay, Ian deserves an award for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gets his. Trust me.
It's green. I'm not saying it well. What else I'm doing? Oh, yes.
When we were out and about yesterday, we left the house yesterday, everyone. I hadn't been out of the house in almost a month. And yesterday we went out in public. We went to a botanical gardens. We went to an apple orchard. We went and drove through the lower Wisconsin driftless area, if anybody knows anything about that. And in that area, we came close to going to the place that Fran and I are going to go to, Shake Rag Alley. Remember, Fran?
Yes, definitely.
So I said, honey, we're not going to go that far north, but if we were, I'm not going with you. I'm going with Fran, and we may not come back right away. And he's like,
I said, are we going to Violet first or Las Vegas first? He said, Las Vegas. I said, yeah, all those craft shops you showed me.
Wow, and we're going out that way, I think, next year, or either this year or next year. I'm not sure which, because we're supposed to head west to see the bonus daughter. And he said, don't you want to go to Vegas? No, absolutely
not for gambling, just for the craft shops. There's so many wonderful craft shops there.
I know, but yeah, he's not the partner I should go with. Trust me. And that's why I said when we drove within, I think, 20, 30 miles of Shake Rag Alley. And I said, no, we're not going all the way there. Second of all, I wouldn't go with you because that's not your thing. I said, I want to enjoy myself. Fran and I are going. He goes, is she still coming to America? And I said,
probably when the dog's gone.
Yeah, in our dreams she is. He goes, well, I could put you on a plane and send you there. And I said, no, you can't.
Yeah, not so many good craft places here.
Oh, I was like, you trying to get rid of me? No, just want you to be with Fran. Yeah, sure. Okay, Darcy, thank you for being here. Oh, Julie's like, oh, she does have crushed olive. Cool.
Ooh.
You never know what you got till you go looking. Now, this one is aged
mahogany.
which is one on my list that I've been curious about. Now, this is the dry ink. This is not the spray stain.
No,
So,
this is the Distress Ink, the original. I've had it ages.
yeah, but I do like this. I am liking. It's got
A lovely, rich red.
well, yeah, I was gonna say red, kind of mulberry berry color.
Yeah.
Or not mulberry, raspberry. Is that what I want to say?
No, it's not raspberry. No, mulberry is more like it, I think.
Oh, mulberry, yeah.
Darker. Yeah, darker.
I like that. Uh-oh, Evie's shopping. Oh my gosh, ladies. I'm just saying she's not enabling, she's inspiring. So
No, no. You can do exactly the same thing with what you have got already. That's what I'm doing here. I'm doing it with things I've got already.
Yeah, but you're showcasing colors that some of us don't have and want, and seeing them. No. That's the whole point. You're showcasing camera at the moment, but you're showing them, and we're going, I want that one. And you're just using white cardstock, white cards. So.
Yep. Well, that's what I normally do these sort of things on. You see, if I'm going to use them, I'll use white cardstock. If I spray, I'll be spraying on white cardstock. Because you want to see the actual colour. You start with a white base, don't you?
She's seriously thinking about speckled egg.
Speckled egg's a nice one, yeah. It's a very pale one, though. So if you're into pale colours, that's a good blue to get. Right, last piece.
Oh, that is so nice. Definitely like that one. Okay. Where did I see that?
Might need to re-ink this. It's getting a little...
Speckled. Nope. Spiced marmalade? Nope, that's not it. Where's the aged mahogany?
Quickly clean this. Make sure it's completely clean.
There it is.
Fresh. Ooh, don't do that.
Add it to the list.
I find that it's better. Now, this is advice. I find that it's better for me, whether it's the same for anybody else, I don't know, but I find it's better to fill my basket in the evening and not buy it until the next day when I go back and have a look and go, I don't really need that.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah. I create a wish list, and then when I have to order something or he has to order something, then I go, well, as long as we're ordering, then I go look at my wish list and maybe pull something off of it.
Yeah. Or I look at my basket and go, I don't really need that. Take that one out. That's silly. Don't know what I was thinking last night.
See, I don't take them out. I move them over to my wish list because it's like, if I put it in there, I must want it. But maybe we won't get it.
So this is the oxide, aged mahogany oxide. Here we go.
Julie mentioned one called Lost Shadow.
Yep, Lost Shadow.
Oh, wow.
It's an odd one because it looks white until you see this sort of pinkish colour here. So this, being the distress one, should have some nice effects. If we do it this way, hopefully, when Louise Heinzel did it, she did it this way. So she got some nice effects, unlike me when I did it with the just daubing it on with a dauber.
Is that still an available color? I'm not seeing it.
Lost Shadow is a new one.
Tarnished brass.
Has anybody ever bought Picket Fence? Because I've never bought that one. But I went and stupidly bought Lost Shadow. I've got that. And I've got that. And that's all I've got of Lost Shadow. Don't know why. Don't know why. Probably Louise Heinzel. I was getting all hyped up. She enabled me.
Inspired, not enabled.
Well, I went and bought it.
Okay, I see speckled egg. I see shaded lilac.
Uh-huh.
So they haven't got the lost shadow tumbled glass. I don't see the lost shadow yet.
We'll probably get Lost Shadow somewhere else because, as I say, it is a new one.
Yeah, probably. Good to know. It looks almost like a very faint lilac. Very.
It's more like a very faint grey smoke, I think,
Ah.
with in the oxide some very interesting but minute changes of colour. I mean, Louise Heinzel managed to bring it out, but I don't know if I will.
Well,
I love you, baby.
I'm glad you're using the colors you're using today because these are the ones I was interested in. I like these.
What other colours you interested in?
What other colors? All of them.
Well, that's a silly thing to say then, isn't it?
Yeah. But these were the ones that I was like at the top of my list. My wish.
Which ones?
The aged mahogany, the brushed sage, the what's that other one I missed? The villainous potion.
All right. I wondered if there was any others that I hadn't shown yet.
And now the what'd you call it? The maritime, the
Uncharted Mariner.
uncharted mariner. Yeah.
There we are. That's quite good. I quite like that. I think that's pretty good, don't you?
Yeah, I like that. Very much so.
We'll see what a difference we get with the other one.
I'm thinking I'm already off on painty papers here in my mind, thinking where I would mix and match to do a nice paper, you know?
Yeah.
Although I would be using the spray stains or the spray oxides, not the inkers. But still the colors. What colors, Eddie? Eddie, if you're still here, I know you were lurking, but answer me this. Seeing the colors she's showing, are there any that you could see of these that you would put together? Like, would you put the aged mariner? Oh, they're right there on the table. Oh, never mind. They're right there on the table.
Well,
Well, I was thinking like how would they look together, the ones you've been showing, but they're right there on your table.
what are?
The colors.
What colours?
Villainous potion, uncharted mariner, aged mahogany.
Yep. Well, there you go. That answers that one. Right.
So I could see the mariner and the mahogany together. I'm not sure I would throw the villainous potion in there on the same paper.
I think the villainous potion would go quite well with the Uncharted Mariner, and it'd probably go quite well with the aged mahogany.
Yeah, but all three at once, it's kind of
Not all three at once. Yeah.
yeah. It's like which one? Yeah, which one would you highlight? I think I'd just do two in those choices. That teal that's back there, that I think it's a teal or something that you've got. Yeah, I like that. That goes well with that aged
I think
mahogany.
that was peacock feathers.
Yeah.
I think that was peacock feathers.
My eye says that looks nice with that mahogany. The purple and blue would look, yeah, yep. Well, the color wheel doesn't always work, especially after you've watched Fran for a while. You realize that you can, yeah, you can deviate from the color wheel. You don't just throw it away. So I get torn. Go back to the color wheel, follow P's instructions, or come over here and watch Fran and just throw that color wheel in the garbage.
Well, maybe. Maybe not.
I do. Yeah, you're right, though, Eddie. The blue and the villainous potion look nice together. Actually, that villainous looks nice with that peacock too.
Does rather, doesn't it?
Let me see. Did that show up? Oh yeah, it shows up. Okay.
Distress ink pad, distress oxide pad. You can see the difference, can't you?
Mm-hmm. I can.
That's not because light's on it. That's because that's what it does. So you've got a warmer red here, and you've got a dustier red there.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It would be if you could, yeah, with all three. I'll tell you, Sharon is the one that would throw down all three and make something beautiful out of it. I don't know how she does it, but because it's not controlled, it's so spritz and spray and pounce on it, and up she comes with something really cool looking.
I've now dropped all these on the floor, and I was looking for the little thingy.
Twisty bendy wires?
No, the little thingy. I've lost the twisty bendy wires. I've given up on them for now.
Mm.
I'll have to find them afterwards. I just was looking for the label. I'll have to get a new one out. I was cutting it up.
I'm that texture junkie.
Doing well with it. I keep picking up bits of card instead of the... Ah, well, we'll get a fresh one. All right, where's the box? Where is the box? Where's the fresh box? Great, now I can't find the box either.
Well, everything's right there. You just have to turn a little farther to the left, or a little farther to the right, and you'll see it.
Yeah, it'll be here somewhere, hiding under something.
I got to go see what he brought home.
Oh, in case it's exciting. Yeah, I've definitely lost it. Or is that it? I think that might be it. Let me have a look. Well, that's it. There we go. So I've got enough at least to do it. Let's put some of this on here. And clean that off. Right, suggestions for the next colour. I've got, let's try frayed burlap, shall we? Oh, but I've also got Dusty Concord and Seedless Preserves and Twisted Citron. I've only got one Twisted Citron. I thought I had the...
No, burlap. I vote burlap.
Okay, we'll do the burlap next.
I vote either burlap or the other one you said, not the burlap. We do the burlap.
Yeah. So this is aged mahogany. The number of times I've written on the wrong side of one of these labels and then wondered why it didn't stick. Thrown the other bit away and gone, what's going on?
Oh, so that's why it wouldn't stick.
Aged mahogany. Is it Gani or Gani? Gani.
It's mahogany. Mahogany.
Mahog. It's mahog, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't get no pigs. I've got mahog.
It's not yo hog.
And I call him Gani. There we go. Lovely jubbly. We'll put that one in a box. Just wondering if I might have put it in there, but no, I didn't. So want to get those in there as well. What's that? That's not it. Still looking for it. Can't find it. So we'll get rid of the aged mahogany because we've done that one, and we'll do frayed burlap. Oh, rusty hinge. What do you mean rusty hinge? Where's the other frayed burlap? I might not be able to do the frayed burlap.
Oh.
I think I've only got an oxide in that. Oh, well, you know, if you've only got an oxide, pick something else.
Got both. Just random.
Tea dye. I've got tea dye.
There you go.
I've also got Dusty Concord. Tea dye, Dusty Concord, and Seedless Preserves. I've got both of.
Seedless Preserves or Persimmons or whatever that was.
Preserves. Seedless Preserves.
I think the Dusty Concord is what I've got coming in mine. Nah, I can't
okay, we'll do the Dusty Concord. I've got both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll then be able to compare that to the Villainous Oxide. Yeah. In fact, I can probably use the Villainous Oxide. Or is that the aged mahogany?
And I'm betting already that I'm going to like the Villainous better because I think it's more vibrant. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see.
Oh, I think so. I think it is indeed.
And I probably do have old paper, so you've got me thinking harder again, Julie, about pulling out my old book with my old paper. Mm-hmm.
Right. Dusty Concord, one of my favourites before Villainous Thingy turned up. It's not a bad colour.
But if you put it up against the Villainous down there on the paper, or just side by side, yeah. Just curious.
Quite close.
Quite close, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Oh, old paper as in old the spray. Julie's talking about, do I have old paper? Yeah, I have old paper laying around all over the place. No, the old paper spray, no, I do not have. Or the distress, no. Light bulb moment.
Got old paper somewhere. Old paper.
Well, I thought she was talking about old paper, not
oh, look what I found underneath those. There they are.
Found them. Twisty bendy wires.
But I don't know. I've got one of the pads, but I don't know which one I've got. I'm not sure if I've got both. I didn't get them out, you see. I only got some of them out.
Thanks for the chuckle, Julie.
I always find corners difficult to do smoothly.
Inside corners.
And outside ones.
Yeah.
Trying to be heavy-handed, you see. Oh, did you not know that?
It's your trademark.
Yeah.
You are.
It's my stumbling block.
It's only a problem if you think it's a problem. When I'm in the kitchen cooking, I'm very neat and orderly and clean up after myself. And when my husband goes in there and cooks, you never know where you would find food particles when he's done. You just, on the window, on the ceiling, on the cabinet door, wherever he's touched or flung. That's the difference.
That sounds like Nero Wolfe.
That's
a Nero Wolfe episode where Fritz is so careful and so precise. Everything is spotless in his kitchen. And Nero Wolf gets this job to deal with this mobster's hidden and unacknowledged daughter, whom he has paid for all her life to be looked after, and when her mother died, continued paying for her schooling and so forth. And he wants her to be his heir, to acknowledged heir, but he's got to do it very carefully because nasty mobsters could get to him through her. So he gets Nero Wolf to find out who's trying to target him and to protect his daughter. Right? There we go. Lovely. It's the last bit. And his bodyguard cooks a wonderful sauce. Italian gravy, he calls it. Not sauce like we English call it. So he goes into Fritz's kitchen and cooks this sauce. And when he's finished, the kitchen looks like you've described Russ's cooking. Stuff everywhere, all over the walls, everywhere. And there's Fritz. And he's looking so woebegone. And, look at this place. And, what's his name? Nero Wolf's sidekick, can't remember his name. Played by Timothy Hutton. Where does he play? Anyway, Archie Goodwin comes in and he sees Fritz looking so sort of upset. And he asks him, what happened? And he explains it was that bodyguard came in and did all this and cooked the sauce. And he says, sauce? Oh, where? Has a look at the sauce. Whoops. Oh, I would put it that way down.
Uh-oh. Oops.
And Archie Goodwin tastes the sauce, and he says, "This it's good." And Fritz says, "I know." It's just I burst out laughing when I heard that. Now, Dusty Concord.
Oh, he's in the kitchen. He makes barbecue sauce, his own barbecue sauce. And it is so good. Nothing compares in my mind. And I just had some at a restaurant last night, and it's like, okay, that's good, but it's not near as good as his. So if he wants to put it on the window and the refrigerator door handle and whatever, and I have to clean it up, it's okay because I love that sauce.
That's pretty much what Fritz was feeling, you could tell.
I'm not complaining or anything. I'm stating a fact. He shares his. He moves like around the kitchen. It's a very small space, and he moves around, and things fling off of him. Food particles fly off of him as he's cooking. I find bits of onions on the floor under the stove or something, and it's like,
Yep.
He's too busy thinking of his recipe and cooking and doing what he has to do and not paying much attention to dropping anything or whatever. And that's okay because, like I said, it comes out tasty, delicious.
So basically, Russ cooks like I do art.
I like it.
Heavy-handed. Fran, your blotch right there, your splotch looks like Mario running.
Who?
Mario Brothers, Mario game. It looks like the little hedgehog.
Oh, the game.
Looks like he's running or dancing.
Super Mario, that one.
Thank you. I don't know the games, but yeah.
I've never played it, but yeah.
It
does a bit, doesn't it?
I just say, oh, you're going to go act like Fran again, right? He's happy with that.
I'm going to go and do a Fran in the kitchen.
There you go. Okay, Trish. Thank you for being here. I hope
bye, Trish. Antique linen? You want antique linen?
She says she needs to go buy antique paper, or I need to buy old
Antique
paper.
linen.
So I need
It's
to buy
old
it.
paper or antique linen if you're talking about the doodah,
The doodah.
the distress line.
You know what? It's still, you
Excellent.
lay it down next to the Villainous Potion. You can see, I mean, it's not that different, but it's enough.
But that's the oxide, and that's the oxide of seedless preserve. So there is a
Here
difference.
it goes. Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah, I like Villainous.
This is a bit warmer. This
Mm-hmm.
is a bit colder and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a difference, definitely. So let's do a print of this. Let's put a bit more water on it.
I do like Villainous. Yes.
Put it up
But
there.
the Dusty Concord is what I have coming. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a very good one to have. I've always liked that
Yeah.
one.
I'm not concerned because down the road I will get Villainous.
Uh-huh. Dusty Concord oxide, Dusty Concord ink we do now.
Yep. And you're just putting basically two
Two blocks of it, and then water.
and water.
Not a lot of water because I want some of it to stay not so watery.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Simple. Oh, look at that one. Very nice.
I can't wait to compare tea dye, old paper, and antique linen. I think those are going to be interesting.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
maybe put straw.
back here. Julie said I blended old paper and pumice stone on a white piece of paper once, and it looked exactly the same color as the paper in a really old dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of made it look aged when she
Yeah,
mixed
that's the
them.
point, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna write that down because I know I'm gonna ask about it down the road. And let's give. Julie says.
Oh my goodness.
What is that?
He's over there. He likes sometimes to repeat things I've said.
Uh-huh.
Something he's heard. And what he just said was, Julie says, love my good and plenty. He just had a moment, that's all. He's right in, doesn't he?
I do like getting these spots doing it this way. It's so much more interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I quite like doing a little lift now and then as well. Like, not that there's much to lift there because I dried it quite well. Last little bit, and I think that's quite done then. And we've still got Super Mario running. Looks to me a bit like a dwarf, a purple dwarf. Oh, I know what it is. It's a Smurf.
Oh, that's it.
Purple Smurf.
Well, Julie says, I love experimenting with these inks. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm
Trouble is, I would get to antique linen. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I would get to antique linen and old paper and things like that, and I would end up wanting to put them all on the same card just to get a nice result. But that's not the point of this.
No. No, this isn't even experience. This is just you trying to make swatches of all of your inventory. But my goodness, you've got some delicious results there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, wipe that one up. Wasn't much left on there to put anywhere else. Right. So we'll just write what we've got. This is the oxide. And I've put Distress Oxide pad on here because I want to emphasize that I've used the pad, not the spray, even though it looks like a spray.
Oh, absolutely, Julie. She's going to be playing for a while. She says when you've done swatching, you can play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know why? Because she paid attention to the way Lise put the ink on using the gel pad, or rather, Lise used the acrylic, and instead of just daubering straight onto the card.
But she got the same effect. She got these lovely spots and blotches.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I wanted to get.
So after the stream, I can see you spending the weekend playing with
that.
I'm
going to be watching the rest of what she did on the inside of the cards and everything, because she did something on the back as well, I'm sure. So, and what was it?
Dusty Concord.
Dusty Concord. Yeah. Dusty.
It is. Barbara says, I think doing these swatches really helps you remember how the colors look. It's such a great idea. How they look and what her inventory is, what she has, and which presentation of the product, like sprays, inks, re-inker, the paint. You want your glue, or did you remember?
Oh yeah, the glue. I didn't remember the glue. Because it's a powdery, you see, because it's a reactivated with water thing, you really need to use a silicone.
Yeah, I was going to remind you, I usually take the cap off to use my glue, so you did.
Do you? Well, I do sometimes remember to do that. Not often.
Julie says she uses the Ranger craft mat to play on, not the gel plate. Yeah, I have a piece of glass that I use, and then I have a big piece of acrylic that I need to dig it out and use it. This is fun. Where are my sprays? Uda, I don't have any. I have some Lindy's, and I might have a couple other sprays, but I don't have any Ranger sprays yet. I'm waiting for them to be delivered. Will I do swatches? That's a pretty good idea for me to start out instead of waiting until I've got all of them, all 44 colors, and then go, oh, I'm overwhelmed with making swatches.
Well, I'm going to have to go back to Sainsbury's and buy some more of these because I've only got 2 here.
But I think that's a good idea. When my sprays show up, I'm going to have some file folders, small file folders like this prepared, cut up, and I'll do some swatches like Fran's doing here. It's a really good idea.
And I like doing swatches. So when I saw Louisa Heinz doing this, I thought, oh, I've got to do that.
Right. And I've got 6 colors coming. So to do 6 right off and get it out of the way instead of waiting until I have as many as you. I don't.
Yeah, it could be a few years. I have been collecting these for some years. So
yeah, and I'm only using the spray, not the spray stain, not anything else. I don't have the ink pad or.
You could actually do the same thing, you know. You could spray onto a pad or onto an acrylic block and just pick that up with a bit of water. I'm sure you get a very good effect.
Well, that's what I'm going to try. That's the way I'm going to do it. So we shall see if I think of it to take pictures. So you've got them next to each other. Okay, turn them over. Let me see the stain look. So that's the villainous, right?
That's the villainous done the same way. This is lighter. This is deeper. And I think this is very faintly warmer than this one.
I gotta say, for
And
the
it's
outside,
easier to see this way than it is with that and that.
for the
It's easy
outside,
to
I
tell.
like the villainous. For the spray stain, I like the dusty.
Hmm.
Can you see that? Can you?
Yeah, the dustiness, the oxide.
Yeah, I like the oxide. Yeah, for the oxide, I like the villainous. But for the
That's
stain, I
the
think
thing.
I like the
So those two are the oxide of
yeah. It's
those
hard
two.
because they're so close, but I like them both. Yeah, I like the villainous oxide better.
I definitely like this way of doing it compared to that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I also want to do the bit where she did the um, stamping as well. In fact, I'll stamp over a Smurf. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it goes on the front, but of course she didn't do it on the oxide. She did it on the. No, she must have done it on the oxide because she put the oxide first, and it was on the front. Yeah, yeah, she must have.
So are you going to do another color or are you done?
Yep, we can do some more. What
Okay.
should we do next? Want to do the tea dye?
Yes.
I got the tea dye. Did I
Yeah.
have all the tea dye? I've got the tea dye. Yeah, both of them. Good, 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 good. We'll have one of those. Whoops. Don't do
Okay,
that.
Uda, thank you for being here. Uda's got to go.
Oh, bye, Uda. Yep, thanks for popping round. I want another one of these. I've only got two more I can do after this one because I've only got that many domed pads left. I could get my other pads out, but I'd have to go in the other room and fetch them, and I'm not entirely sure where I put them. So that could be quite a long, drawn-out thing. Or I could go and wash some of these.
No, you're not going off. I'm not letting you. I'm
No,
not
my back
prepared
would
to
start to
entertain
hurt.
today. I'm looking up for the tea dye color online. Orange pumpkin, pine needles. Where's tea dye? Scattered straw. Where's tea dye? How come I'm not finding tea dye?
Don't know. It's been around a long time. Maybe they retired it. That would be awful.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm sure it's popular. Must be. It's popular with me.
Abandoned coral, sapphire.
Maybe a different seller will have it.
Yeah, that could be.
I'm sure lots of people have got Lost Shadow because it's a new one.
I'm not seeing it on here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll just watch what you come up with. So it's kind of a reddish. It's like a sepia, but
A warm reddish brown, reddish orange brown.
I like that. I do like aging with burnt umber and burnt sienna and sepia. I like you're off camera, but yeah, that
I was on camera. Beg your pardon. Thank you.
I like this one.
I often find I have to look at the pad to see which bit I've just inked up because I seem to twist it in my hand and I don't realize I've done it. I don't know why. It can be quite dark and intense. I'm looking forward to be able to compare this with something like vintage photo. There we go. We've got a nice line down there now.
I agree, Julie. When I do tea dyed papers, it doesn't come out this.
It can.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Ground espresso is much darker. I mean, look at that ground espresso. It's almost a grey brown, that one. And when I do coffee, it isn't grey brown. It is darker than tea. It's more intense than tea. But if you use enough tea bags, you can get a really good colour with that.
And you know, the other thing with tea dyeing papers, Julie, is you have to wonder what kind of adhesive is in the papers to bind the fibers, or if there's a coating on top, like cardstock might have a little bit of a coating, to see if that would even absorb any of the tea enough to give you a decent look, decent stain. Now, see, when you do it just daubing it like that, that's more like what I get on my papers.
Well, be sparing with how much water you put on.
Yeah.
See, if I wipe that off and put some more of the oxide on and barely put any water on, I'll get more spots because it separates on the plate. We'll do the same on an acrylic block because I watched Louisa Heinzel's doing that.
Mm-hmm. Even copy paper, there's got to be some kind of a binder inside there that I don't know if it affects how much of the tea or coffee that it absorbs. And I only know about that because I've made my own paper. And
But you put binder in when you made your own paper? I don't remember putting any binder in. What did you use?
they use there's got to be some kind of an adhesive when they make paper. I've been studying up on paper making, following Helen Hybert. But I've made my own paper, like using scrap paper around here and junk mail and old egg carton or empty egg cartons. And if there's not, for the egg cartons, if you notice, if you get them wet, they just fall apart because there's no binder in there, nothing to keep them stable. So if the cartons get wet, they just turn to mush.
Anyway, I got more spots there.
Yes, you did. Very nice.
I put very little water on. I wiped up what I had, put the oxide on again, and just put very little water in one spot. That's it. So we got some spots. You can see them over this splodgy bit I got before.
Maybe someone knows more than me about the paper making process, the commercial paper making process, not the handmade.
Oh, I thought you meant the handmade one, because yeah, I made handmade.
Yeah, I made handmade. And I didn't put a binder in it, and my papers didn't hold up well. I mean, they weren't going to be folded and last. They were going to, if I folded them, they were going to come apart.
Well, mine were quite thick when they dried. Maybe I did put some binder in. I can't remember. It was many, many years ago I did that. I'd like to do some more. I've got some, what do you call them, decals to do them.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it this year.
I think if you're just doing tabletop, like at home, homemade paper, if you just throw in some Elmer's glue, school glue is worthless. Elmer's glue or PVC or something like that into the water.
Maybe I did. I can't remember.
Yeah, I didn't. I know I didn't, and they didn't hold up well. They were fine initially, but they didn't last. I mean, if I tried to paint them or anything, they got re-wet and they started getting dilapidated. Big word for me. I like this one.
tea dye. It's looking pretty good, isn't it?
It helps that you've got the other colors on the table that I can put it up against and go, yeah, that's a nice mix. Ow.
Sorry, does that show the colour a bit better there? It does, doesn't it? That's closer to what I see. That is much closer to what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I had the light pointed upwards. Let's clean this off. Make sure we've cleaned it off. This does use a fair bit of kitchen roll, because you can't really use very coloured, damp kitchen roll, because you'd just be putting colour back down on there.
Oh, there's Eddie. He says he loves that. Loves what? The light? The tea dye spray? Or oxide? Or I only have the stain and the
My
tea
pretty
dye.
pattern I've got. That's what he likes.
No, he says he only has the stain and the tea dye. Well, this is the oxide. It's nice, isn't it? In this case, for this tea dye color, using the oxide is really nice. It gives it a really nice vintage look. I like that. Or grunge if you were going that way. But now she's got me wondering what the coffee looks like.
Well, I can do the coffee next if you like.
No,
Oh, wait a minute. Have I got ground? I have got ground espresso, but I'll have to go and fetch it because it's not in here. It's in the other room.
You're almost at 2 hours, and I'm going to cut you
off.
off.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll do some more colours on Monday.
Yeah, we'll be back Monday for sure, and we're going to do more. This is a series that we're going to do.
I was supposed to be doing a bit on the Grunge Journal. I've just been having so much fun with this.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the espresso, Julie, the one she just showed. Or coffee or whatever you called it.
Lovely. Ground espresso.
Yeah. There you go. There it is. That's dark in the bottle.
It is. It is dark. But
all right, let me see this.
There.
I have to get a close up so I can.
Oh, there's gathered twigs. Walnut stain. Scattered straw. Scattered straw is an interesting one.
Okay,
could be interesting.
See if you've got those.
And there's the ground espresso in the oxide. It's so much lighter. Look at that.
Right?
Like a completely different color.
Could you, I don't know what you have in the stamp pads, but I'd like to see the Lucky Clover.
I've got the oxide and the Lucky Clover. That's all I've got. But I could do the oxide, certainly.
What about the mowed grass?
I don't know. I haven't got that out.
Okay, so let's finish this up and say.
Did I do frayed burlap? I haven't done frayed burlap, have I? Have I? Have I done frayed burlap? Let's have a look in here. I've done brushed corduroy, but not frayed burlap. I could do frayed burlap.
No, you could, yeah, Monday. Yep, Monday.
No, I want to do it now.
We're at 2 hours. How's your back?
Oh, it's okay. I can do one more.
Right. I don't know if anybody can stay and watch, but I'll be here.
Well, I can watch it on the replay.
Yeah, there you
go. Tea dye.
Julie, if you don't have the spray and you wanted to make your own, instead of using coffee, I found that buying instant coffee, Eddie wants to come over and play. Getting instant coffee granules, and that way you can control the water, and it's instant as far as making the coffee color. You don't have to wait for it to perk or brew or whatever the terminology is. Yeah, I found getting some Sanka or something, I forget, instant coffee gave me better results on dyeing coffee paper.
You'll have to find out what that was called.
Yeah, it's
That
in the
sounds
cupboard. I'll
intriguing.
have to go get it. Yeah, Eddie says, I want to play, Mommy.
Yes, I want to play. I don't want to give it up yet. There we go, tea dye. Let's just put that. This is espresso
Well, I'll
here.
tell you what, Eddie, if you ever want to come and be on screen with Fran, we can do a split screen of the two of you playing together, and I'll sit here and watch the comments and stay out of the way. I would love that. That would be you live.
Anytime you like.
There you go. Yep, and Eddie says, yep, he uses the instant coffee, the Wally World brand.
I use Kenko last time, but I've used Nescafe. I've used all sorts of tea we get here. There we go.
Hey Eddie, if you're Fran's serious, invitation extended. Hook up.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Pick a time.
You're
glad to. Even if you want me to run the controls, I can do that, Fran. And you and Eddie do a split screen, and I'll run the controls. That way I can put either one of you on screen or both of you. How's that?
What I'm going to do with frayed burlap is I'm going to use the where is it? Frayed burlap. What have I got in frayed burlap?
I don't know. Burlap. I like that color already.
Oh God. I haven't got the I'll use just the oxide because we'll just do it on here just to see what happens. So we'll clean this up.
Well, you can always go shopping this weekend and
I can't. Not unless I find somewhere that sends things immediately. But that's really only Amazon, and sometimes they're a little bit on the pricey side. But I'll go and check what else I've got, and if I've got the other parts to the oxide, to the frayed burlap, I will do the frayed burlap all around after I've sprayed this. Okay?
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Colleen. Thank you for being here. Bye. Have a safe and happy weekend. Oh, that's like the tea stain, but darker, isn't it? No, it's got a bit more yellowish in it.
Yeah, it's more yellowish. Exactly. Yeah.
More yellowish than red.
But I still need to do this. Even if I haven't got the others, I still need to do a card showing what I have got in the burlap, frayed burlap. Because that's exactly what this is for, to show me what I have and haven't got.
Mm-hmm.
So that I don't spend hours hunting in lots of boxes to try and find the one I want when I haven't got it. I just look it up in this file, and I'm planning on putting this box into one of the pigeonholes. We've got a great big pigeonholes box, sort of tray thing. You know, it's about this deep and about that size. It's about the size of this box, just about, but a lot deeper. It's about double the depth. You know, it's about, let me get this up. It's about double this depth, right? It's about that long. And I'm planning on doing these and putting them into that pigeonhole when the beam is done, which is the 25th of this month.
Yep.
Well, not done, but started on the 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not quite the same thing as done.
And
but it means it.
I'm going to remind you, because you started doing an acrylic paint swatch book too.
I did, yep.
Yep, and I'm going to remind you, you can't let that go by the wayside. We're going to have
No, I won't. I've still got to add some of Patricia's swatches she gave me to that as well.
Mm-hmm. Down the road.
Yeah.
I'm liking this.
A bit more.
Frayed burlap. I like this. This with the tea stain. Yeah. So now I want to see the patina, which you don't have, Olive.
The salvaged patina.
Is that what it was?
I might have, but I don't know where it is. It might be that I've actually got speckled egg instead, but I've not seen it for so long, and I've been living in this sort of cluttered area because I can't get to everything in one place, which is what we've been for. Also, to stop the house from falling down. So, bonuses everywhere. So what I'm going to do with this is I will get now where is it? Did I leave it up here? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I will get this little piece, and I will also colour this with the oxide, because then it's light enough for me to be able to draw on it, write on it. So I can then put the name on and stick it on here, and I can therefore maybe peel it off in order to use the frayed burlap ink, if I've got the frayed burlap ink, to go round the edges, So I think one more little bit in this corner, a little bit just there, and a little bit there. That's lovely. I like that. And a little bit more in the middle, I think. Yes, to give it more contrasty. So I've got to label it, otherwise I'll forget what I put down. Even if it's the way I would normally do it, I'd have forgotten what I put down.
Well, at this point, even if all you do is put down a paper clip, a little label to it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, then I won't have to stick it. What a brilliant idea.
Right.
Glad you're here.
Yep, just get a scrap piece of paper and write it down and paper clip it to it, and then you'll revisit it Monday.
It's the label. I'll write on the label and just not peel the backing off.
Yeah, there you go. Make a twisty bendy wire. Usually use the label as white, so your call.
Not on the lighter colours. It's only on the dark ones. You can't see frayed.
Yeah, so you can see the overlap. So you can see the micron pad. Yeah, just twisty bendy wire. Okay, Eddie, you have a good weekend too. I know Lee is getting close to you, so I hope it doesn't hit Boston area too hard.
Is that a storm? So there we are. I've got that one done.
It's a big hurricane. I think it's going to do more, cause more havoc up by Nova Scotia, and I have a friend up there.
Yeah, not great. So I've got rusty hinge in the oxide. I'm pretty sure I've got rusty hinge in the ink as well. But that's enough for today. We are stopping. My back is beginning to ache a bit.
So the ones you've done today, you can stack up and put aside.
Yep.
And then, as far as the plate goes, and then you can bring out some new ones. Because I know you have more to do on the ones you did today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I could be doing some of those extra bits after I've watched what Louisa Heintzel did. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're just going to make it a quick goodbye. We're not going to drag it out. We're going to say thank you, everyone, for being here. We've gone
you come back then.
Yep, I'm coming back. I'm getting, there we are. So thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you for the thumbs up, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Here we go. We're going. I'm just pressing buttons and hoping it takes effect.